Hey, how's it going out there today, everybody? Hope everybody's having a great day. So I want to talk a little bit about trucking, respect, turnover, all that good stuff today. I know most of the time I talk about owner-operator stuff, but let's face it, most of us go from company driver to owner-operator. So if we get the right mindsets as a company driver, it improves the whole owner-operator pool of drivers. So my number is 1680. And you guys let me know what you think down in the comments. I think 1680 should be the new minimum wage for OTR truckers. If you're gone for 7 days at a time or more on the road as a driver for a company, you should be making 1680. You let me know what your number is down in the comments. And this is the minimum wage. This isn't what I think, a seasoned vet should be making. This is minimum wage, like fresh out of truck driving school. Like fresh off the boat, 1680 minimum wage. And you may wonder why 1680, because here's the math on this. There's 168 hours in a week, which you are working 168 hours a week. And when you're asleep, you're responsible for the load. So that's $10 an hour. I know some people say, it ought to be $20 an hour. But, okay, when you're sleeping, you're still responsible for the load, but you're sleeping, so it's hard to get $20 an hour for sleeping, and as your union host here, as your future truck driver union representative, I think $10 an hour for all hours is a pretty good number. And like I said, that's minimum wage. That doesn't mean that's the most you can make. That's what I think the minimum wage should be. And it kind of like a salary. It ought to just be a salary. I agree with the train of thought that OTR drivers should be getting paid salary. I think mileage pay is a little outdated, because we got computers tracking everything we do now. We're logged, we're GPS tracked. They know what we're doing, when we're doing it, and how we're doing it. So a lot of people say, well, if you give them a salary, that'll discourage work. Well, see, here's the thing. When we're not paying $300 a week for OTR drivers, we're paying $1680 a week for an OTR driver, you can expect more from the driver because you're actually paying them as a professional at, $80,000 plus a year. That is a pretty good wage for, 3 weeks of school fresh out into a truck. Let's face it. So if you, find guys that are slacking off, not doing the work you give them, then, fire them and hire someone else. And eventually it'll weed the lazy, non-productive people out of the industry. That's my take on the whole salary doesn't work because of people will take advantage of it. You just fire them and hire new ones. If we paid $1680 as a minimum wage, there wouldn't be this huge turnover in trucking, I don't think. Because if you were getting paid like the professional that you think you are, you know what I'm saying? I think that would put a different mindset. People would get to thinking about it. Well, maybe I don't want to lose my job because now I'm making $1680. Because you look at some of these big mega carriers, look at their trucks. Their trucks are absolutely trashed. Do you think they're trashed because that driver is well taken care of and respects his job and the company he works for or she works for? No. The big mega carrier trucks are usually trashed because these people don't care. I mean, if I was making $300, $400, $500 a week, would I care what the truck looked like or how I took care of it? Heck no. Because as soon as I left there, I'd just go to work for another mega carrier. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to like give respect to get respect. And I think a lot of big mega carriers have lost that mindset that they once had. You look back at the origins of some of these huge companies, and they were like, one person with a dream started a trucking company. And then it evolved into what it is now of, low pay, disrespect. And it goes both ways. It went both ways. The company started getting disrespected, equipment tore up, drivers not caring, people quitting every 2 days, go to work somewhere, quit the next week. So I think a little bit that's give and take. But in this world we live in, if you are one of the people that if you are productive and you do have aspirations to make this a career, then you've got to get into a carrier that respects you. look around, really take a long-term view at it. And another thing too, a little advice I'll give is just remember, if you're going to switch from one mega carrier to another mega carrier, you're going to go through the same crap with the different name on the door. That's all that's changing, is the name on the door. And their terminals are probably in different cities. That's all that's changing. So don't just jump from mega carrier to mega carrier to mega carrier to mega carrier. I mean, I know people that like in their first year go to like 4 different mega carriers and they get treated the same way every time. You're better off just to stick with one for 6 months and then level up. Go to a company that requires 6 months of experience and get that, take that next step. Go up that next level. That would be my recommendation. If you signed a 1-year contract, think about honoring it. Try to honor it. But I get, if you're making $300 a week at, big mega, you got to do what you got to do. You can't make $300 a week for an entire year, because they're gonna come after you for $4,000 or $5,000 for school. At that point, you got to take that step at 6 months if you can, to a company that actually pays you something. Just a thought. But remember, if we're going to expect to get paid more, we got to do more for it. And I don't mean work harder. I just mean do the things we say we're going to do. Do our jobs. Show up. You know what I'm saying? Be professional, more or less. I don't even think we need to work harder as far as like trucking more or things like that. I think we just need to like focus more on, being professional, driving like a professional. You know what I mean? And that means like not having my phone up to my head going down the road, swerving in and out of traffic, riding cars' butts. You know what I mean? Because let's face it, higher insurance means less pay. If you think about that, whatever your company's paying for insurance, it's probably coming out of like, if they could get lower insurance rates, they might be able to give raises more. Just a thought. But y'all let me know down in the comments what you think. This is just one man's ramblings of what I think company drivers, I think a lot of them are missing the big picture. And I want more people to come into the industry as truckers, but I would prefer to have drivers do it the right way. Instead of getting rolled by mega carrier after mega carrier, after you're just getting taken advantage of, come in and get on a track for a career. Whether that be, getting with a good company and staying there for a long time, or, moving up, through the ranks to, try to be an owner-operator or a fleet owner, like, whatever the path, just remember, we got to be professionals if we want to be treated like professionals. And let me know what you think about the $16.80 minimum wage idea. I think it's a good even number to start off with. And I think, we could keep better people in the industry, because let's face it, a lot of people could be really good truck drivers, good professionals. They got the mindset, they got the education, they got the mentality, but they come into the industry, they get in with a bad carrier, they get a bad taste in their mouth, and then 3 months down the road, they're like, I got to get out of this because I'm making $400 a week and I'm gone all the time, and they go to another mega carrier and they end up getting rolled. Same thing again for another 3 to 6 months. And then by the time a year's up, they're like, yeah, over-the-road trucking is no good. And it doesn't have to be that way. It really doesn't. So let me know what you think about it. If you had a good experience with a starter company, put it in the comments. Let me know why it's a good starter company. Don't just say, I went to this company and it was good. Like, tell people what was good about it, maybe some good and some bad, maybe like, good training, what are some other things you could put in there? Good dispatch, respect from the company, like things like that. Just let me know what you think in the comments. And by the way, while I got you here, while you're down there in the comments, check out the description. Got a lot of things going on in the description. Finally got Twitter. You can check that out. I don't know if it's worth it or not. What else is down there? MUDFLAP. Check out MUDFLAP. It's down there. Hit the like button. Subscribe while you're in here if you like trucking content. And, let me know what you think with comments. I try to read all the comments. I respond to as many as I can, and I appreciate everybody that is hanging out with me and joining the team here. We're just trying to make trucking better, really. Take care of each other out there, and as always, bye.